of persons. Until they can't combine all at the same time.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning. You're welcome.
Good morning.
Yes. Coach Rev, how is the assignment going?
Please, you are managing.
Yes, sir. I think, yeah. They are managing, so we are on it.
Okay. All right. Now we'll move on to our topic this morning. It's called identifying market segments, selecting target markets, and positioning the offer. 3 topics that will be done together. They are called the STP of marketing. STP of marketing. Now, what this topic is about is how to zero in on the type of customers or market you are interested in, how to target the kind of customers you are interested in, and what do you place in the minds of the people so that at least they would identify and link you with the products and services. That is what we mean by identifying market segments, selecting target markets, and positioning the offer. So our objective this morning will be to identify market segments. How do we identify market segments? How do we choose target markets? And how do we position the offer? Okay. Now, there are 3 steps there. The first part is to do the basis for segment the market. If you are going to segment the market, what are the bases? Once you segment the market, then you develop the profiles of each segment. Then you target the ones that you're interested in. And you position the offer in the minds of the people. Let me give you a typical walkover. Let's assume that you are the marketing manager of Kantaka Automobiles Company Limited. You want to start, you are now starting. So you are going to start with market segmentation. That is, which kind of Ghanaian customers are you going to produce cars for? Or which kind of Ghanaian segments are you going to produce cars for? So let's assume that you are going to produce cars for Ghanaians. You are looking at the luxury market. And you know the kind of car you produce for the luxury market. Then you know you are also interested in the mini luxury market. The mini luxury market where you will produce cars like Camry, Volvo, and the rest. Then let's assume that you'll be producing cars also for the economy market. Economy markets are people who are looking for cars to move them from point A to point B. So you have the luxury, the economy, the mini luxury, and then the buses, and the minivans. These are the various market segments that you can produce cars for in Ghana. Well, let me say, these are some of the various market segments. Once you do that, you are doing the segments. You are doing the market segmentation. So identify basis for segmenting the market. Develop segment profiles. When you are developing segment profiles, you are describing the characteristics of people in each segment. So luxury market, what are some of the bases for categorizing the luxury market? Or what are the characteristics of the luxury market? If you are talking about the luxury market for cars, what are some of the characteristics that you want to see in this market? Yes, Dennis.
Sir, income.
Income, low income, high income. What should the income be?
High income.
High income to the extent of how much?
For the affluent community.
how much should the income be per month in Ghana? People who
For
earn
luxury,
what?
10,000.
10,000 cities. Is it 10,000 cities?
Yeah, like a range between 8,000, beyond 8,000. Let me put it that way.
You call that one luxury market. Dennis, please hurry up and finish school and go and work and find out what's happening in the system. 10,000 cities and you call it luxury market. Wow. Any other alternative view on the income level? What should the income be? For you to be classified as a luxury customer for cars in Ghana. Well, why? Majority of the people in the class, haven't they worked before? And even if they have not worked, haven't they heard what is going on?
50,000 and beyond.
50,000 and beyond. Well, that is his view. 50,000 and beyond. Well, I should think that for we to tell you that you are in the luxury market in Ghana, luxury market means that you can take your wife and children for holidays in Dubai and come back without fighting on the plane. Clearly, you have income. You have good income. So, for me, I'll take 100,000 and above. It means that you must be making an income of 100,000 Ghana cedis and above. What characteristics of the will you say again for that market? Apart from high income, what else can you say about those people? What should be their ages? Age, what should they be? Their ages. Hey, are you still feeling rusty after just 2 weeks of staying in the home? What should be their ages? The luxury group in Ghana.
Between 35 to 55. Oh.
Between 35 to 55.
Yes, sir.
I won't accept. Yes.
40 to 50.
40 to 50. So let's say 40 to 60 or 40 and above. You can't be in the luxury group and be below 40 years in Ghana. Okay, so that, should they be family people? Family. Should they be individuals? Should they be family, married with children? What is the characteristics of the luxury people in Ghana?
Yes, family.
So we assume that they should also be family people. Now, when you are developing the segment profiles, you are looking at the characteristics of the people in the market. Now, let's assume that you want to target, you come to, so the first part is identify the basis for segmenting the market. The second part is to develop segment profiles. So yes, we are saying that we are using income, we are using this. To develop the profile. Targeting simply means that we have luxury, economy, mini luxury, parcels, vans. These are the segments we found. When we say that you must develop, you must target the market, look for the attractive segments of the market that you found. Attractive segments means that you are looking at the number of customers times the quantity they will buy. So you know which segments are attractive. Maybe the luxury market is not attractive in Ghana, it's the mini luxury that is attractive. Or maybe the economy. Just find out the potentials of the sales you can make in each of them. When you do that, you need to go to step 3, develop a position strategy for the target market. How are you going to position the product in the target market to fit into the minds of the people? Let's assume that you are focusing on the luxury market still. How do you want to position the product so that the people, when they see your adverts and the rest, they know that this product has been produced for us? When you are doing that, you are looking at targeting. For example, some few years ago, this company was marketing Johnny Walker whiskey. They used Kofi Amwabin to do the adverts of Johnny Walker. What were they telling you in terms of positioning in marketing? If they use Kofi Amwabin for the adverts, then they were telling people something. What were they saying? In marketing terms, what do you think they were saying?
It's for the rich.
It's for the rich. Okay, that's your view. Is it really for the rich? Does Kofi Amwabin come as somebody who is rich?
An entrepreneur.
An entrepreneur, okay. But look at his dress. On the dress he wore for the adverts.
So for the business class?
Suit and tie.
For the top executives.
For the executives, it tells you that all that they want to put in the minds of the people is that this is a drink for the executives. So that is the way Johnny Walker has been positioned in their minds. So it's not anybody who should just go and say, I'm buying a Johnny Walker. It's an executive drink. So clearly, once you see yourself as an executive, that is the drink you go for. That is segmentation, targeting, and positioning. So let's move on to the first part of it, segmentation. We all know what a market is in marketing. What is a market in marketing? So that you understand market segmentation. In marketing, market refers to the customers who are interested in your product and you want to produce a goods for. That is the market. So market segmentation means the process of dividing a total market into groups with common characteristics that are of significance in marketing. It means that the market you want to divide must be dividing your customers into groups. But each group must be made up of people with similar characteristics and needs so that you can produce the same product for them. So we say market segmentation is the process of dividing the heterogeneous market into homogeneous units who possess similar characteristics for the purpose of producing the same product for them. So in market segmentation, the attention is not placed on individuals. Rather, the attention is placed on groups. So whatever you produce for the group will also satisfy the individuals. Okay. So we are saying that the process of dividing the total market into groups with common characteristics that are of significance in marketing. Whatever basis you use to do the groupings must be something that is unique so that marketers can rely on it. If you understand market segmentation like that, then we are going to look at the basis for grouping the customers. So the basis for segmenting consumer market. The first one is the basis for segmenting consumer market. So you have geographic. Now, there are some things that people who live within a defined geographical area tend to have similar needs. So you put geographical locations as the basis for grouping the people. So you are grouping the people into region, city, country, density, climate, etc., etc. Is there any product where you think that the basis for grouping customers is geographic? Any product on the market where you think that the basis for grouping customers is geographic? Any product in the Ghanaian market where the basis for grouping the customers is geographic? Wow, 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 wow. Any product on the market at all where you think the basis for grouping the customers is geographic? geographic location where people who live in an area have the same product.
Hello, Prof.
Yes.
Please, when you go to the north, you realize that a lot of people patronize motorcycles, motorbikes. So they sell a lot of bikes at the north.
So do you think that the manufacturers targeted people from the north?
Yes, please.
Those who produce bikes, some target, they design special bikes for the northern people. Is that it?
Yes, yes, please.
How do their bikes look like from those in the south?
There's not much difference, but because of the high demand for them at the north, they send majority of the bikes to.
But that is not market segmentation. Market segmentation means that you've identified differences in the market and you are producing unique products for each of the groups. So the Northerners have their own bike, Accra people have their own bike. And the reason, geographic, is based on the fact that those who live in the north face different conditions, weather conditions, than those in the south. When you are doing that, then it's geographic segmentation. And if it happens that because of the scattered towns and villages in the north, people prefer to connect with bikes, then it's not basis for market segmentation. It's not geographic segmentation because the product is the same between the north and Accra.
Hello, Prof.
Yes.
They have what we call the Pragya, the Mama Kambu, the one with the
but it's in Accra now. I went to Kaswa some 2 weeks ago, and in Kaswa, it's all over the place. So it cannot be geographic.
Say Gasem Cement, they have produced one brand which is for the Kumasi and the northern market.
Okay, so he says that Gasem Cement produce a different cement for Kumasi up north, and another one for Greater Accra. What is the name of the Kumasi cement?
It's Super Cool.
Super Cool.
Which we cannot find it in Accra.
Okay, assuming that is the case, as he has narrated, then that becomes geographic segmentation because you have separated people, you are producing goods for them based on their geographical location. That one is true. But look at clothing, look at clothing. Certain clothes are for the cold regions. Winter shoes to the knee level. Finally, you have people in Ghana here who wear some of those shoes. That's an abuse of a shoe. You don't have that kind of weather demanding winter clothes. So even in clothing, you see that they identify geographical locations of people and produce clothes to match them. Cars. The European models are different from the American models. The Americans like big cars that will consume fuel. Europeans like small cars that is economical on fuel. That is why America doesn't joke with oil-producing countries. If you are there and you joke, they'll kill you. Because for them, oil is petrol is a major commodity in the US because of the high volume cars they have. If the price goes up, people suffer. So if Gaddafi, Saddam Hussein will not keep quiet, then America will exchange their lives for stability in oil prices. Anyway, so when you are producing clothes, when you are producing cars, and you are targeting them to different geographical locations, you are doing geographical segmentation. The next factor you can do is demographic. Here you are producing goods based on age, gender, income, family size and life cycle, race or ethnicity, and occupation. Is there any product on the market where age is the basis for grouping the people? Any product on the market where age is the basis for grouping people or grouping your customers?
Yes, sir.
Clothes.
What clothes?
The wine.
Yes, sir.
No, clothes is
Baby
correct.
clothes.
Well,
Yeah.
clothes is correct. Age is a basis for grouping customers. So they produce the clothes in different sizes. Look at the pharmaceutical.
Cerelac.
You can look for Cerelac. That's food. So food, Cerelac, they group them into months. First 6 months or first 2 months in that order. So age is used. Okay. Then gender, males and females. Which products have gender as a basis for grouping customers?
Clothes.
Another clothes again, yes. Female clothing are completely different from male clothing. Cosmetics, even magazines. Some magazines are tailored at females alone. Others are tailored at males alone. Income. Which products have income as a basis for grouping customers? Cars, yes, cars. What?
Houses.
Houses, real estate. Even the airlines, they have income as the basic factor for grouping their customers. Those who go and stay in the business class, those who might stay in the first class, those who will stay in the economy luxury, those who stay in the economy class. This is, the tickets are different, have different prices. And so they are targeting income as a basis for people who join the airline. Family size and life cycle. We all know where family size starts from. Family size and life cycle. Family life cycle, where does it start from? You have the bachelors and spinsters. They are people who are not married. Then they get married. So we call them the honeymooners. Once they get married, then they begin to have children. You have the parenthood. Then the children leave home. When you finish taking care of them, they leave home. That is the empty nest or the post-parenthood. And then you have when one partner goes away or dissolution of the marriage. Now, all this, some companies produce different goods to match your family cycle need. When you are freshly married, why would you go in for a 4-bedroom? Unless you're a celebrity. So clearly, the real estate industry is a good example for family size and life cycle. Then you have race, ethnicity. The question is, does ethnicity separate us as different consumers in Ghana? Ethnicity, does it separate us into different consumption patterns in Ghana?
Yes.
Yes.
What is your point? If ethnicity separates us as different consumers, what? Now let's assume that in this class we all meet face to face. Will you be able to look at somebody and say that he's wearing this dress because of his ethnicity? Will you look at somebody and say that, look, this person, the way he's dressed, he's from this ethnic group in Ghana? So you can see clearly that in that part of the world, ethnicity does not separate us as consumers. Go to the chop bar. All manner of people from different ethnic groups go there. Traditional women think that Akans, the Ashantis are those who like fufu. But you meet a guy who likes fufu more than an Ashanti. You meet an Ewe who likes kinky more than a Ghana. So ethnicity is a major consumption. It's not a major consumption issue in Ghana. Rather, it's your income, where you work, where you live, the schools you attended. Those are the things that determine our consumption patterns, rather than our ethnic backgrounds. Then occupation, where you work, can also determine your clothing needs or your needs. So the kind of car you buy sometimes may be a reflection of where you work. The kind of dress you wear may be a reflection of where you work. And one of the major challenges I used to have at home was wearing an African wear to my office on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and that order. My wife would never understand why I should be wearing an African print on an ordinary day. Because in her occupation where she works, African prints are worn only on Fridays. But in our university, it's not like that. So it took a long time before she understood us. That yes, those of us in academia, we can wear anything any day, provided it looks decent. But sometimes you enter into a meeting and the VC is in an African way. You go in a tree, and everybody will be looking into your face. What are you here to advertise? What do you want to show? So occupation can determine your product needs. So sometimes occupation is used. Religion is also used. These are the demographic factors you can use in segmenting the market. They have psychographic, psychological factors can also be used. For example, your social class. Every society has social stratification. Societies are divided into social groups. And the social class in which you fall determines what you buy. For example, social class is defined by your education, your family, and your education, your family, and your income. That determines your social class. But if you are the son or daughter of Abedi Pele, you start life from a different level. Or if you are the daughter of the Asantehene, you start life from a different level. So social class is really important if we want to segment market based on psychographic factors. Then personality. Personality is what you think of yourself as against what the society thinks about you. Now, people believe that the products, the services we consume are an extension of our personality. Anyway, what we think of ourselves define what products and services we buy. If I consider myself as a successful person, then I'll buy products that communicate this success. Things like lifestyle could also be used to segment the market. Then look at the last one, behavioral, the way people behave towards products could also be used to segment the market. So you have occasions. Certain products are produced, are used during certain occasions. So the market is segmented based on occasions. Look at the card industry. You have success cards, you have birthday cards, you have Christmas cards. They've been produced to target occasions. Then benefits. So that the benefits you want to get from the product could also be used to segment the market. Look at the toothpaste industry. Some of the benefits people want to get from the toothpaste industry. Some buy toothpaste because of the size. Others buy it because of the taste. Others buy it because of medicinal content. So this could be used as the basis for grouping your customers. Then the usage rates. Some people are high users, some are low users, some are medium users. And they come with different characteristics. Your attitude towards the product will also be used to segment the market. Take airline travels. Some sit in the airline, they are not comfortable. Some are indifferent. Some really enjoy it. Look at blood donation. Some people enjoy it, some hate it, others dislike it, in that order. So the attitude people have towards the product could be used as a basis for grouping them. These are the 4 major groups that we can use to divide the customers. That is the basis for segmenting consumer market. So if you live here, the next thing you must do is to look at, if you want to apply effective segmentation, what should you do? The market must be measurable. It means that you should be able to know the size of the customers in the market, their purchasing power of the people. Once you know that, then the market must be measurable. Then it must be substantial. Each of the market must be large enough so that it is worth chasing them with unique products. Then accessible. Once you are dividing the market into segments, each segment must be accessible to the company so that they can produce different products, charge different prices, and promote it differently in the segments. Then differential. The people in each segment must be behaving different from those in another segment. If there's no differential behavior, why do you want to produce different goods for them if there's no differential behavior? So the customers must be behaving differently in each of the segments. Then it simply means that the market must actually be behaving differently. For example, we have people here who say they can come to school in the morning. They are behaving differently from those who say they can come to school during the weekend. And that is also different from those who say that they can come to school only in the evening. So we have different products for each of these groups because of the way the people are behaving. They are behaving differently, or they are consuming our products differently. Then actionable, it means that each of the segments you find, you should be able to attract and serve them with different products. The possibility of attracting and serving the people differently or with different products, different prices, different promotions is also very effective. Then you are looking at additional segmentation criteria. If you really want to segment the market, then observe the following segmentation criteria. 1, ethical choice of market segments. Be ethical in your mind when you are selecting different market segments. Never select any segment, produce inferior products for them, and argue out that they are poor. It means that every segment must get the standard product so that those who are in the luxury segment will get the upgrade. That's what we mean by ethical choice of market segment. Then segment interrelationship and super segments. If you are picking segments, find out whether there are some synergy between the two segments you are going for. Assuming you are producing cars you are producing buses and luxury cars. What is the synergy between these two markets? The knowledge you acquire in producing buses can never be used to produce luxury cars. But mini luxury and luxury, yes, the knowledge you acquire in mini luxury can be upgraded to produce luxury cars. So find out whether there are segment interrelationship and super segments. Then segment by segment innovation plans. Assuming you are producing cars and you start with the luxury market. When will you go to the mini luxury? When will you come to the economy? When will you jump to the mini buses? These are segment by segment innovation plans. Don't select one segment and stay there all your life. No. Have a timetable for roping in the other segments. That's what I mean here. The segment cooperation means that the segment must be related. Now, importance of market segmentation. You have to identify different market segments for targeting. Now, anybody looking at your class may think that this MBA year 1 second semester class. No. The class is more than MBA year 1. Once you begin to use basis to group the people in the class, you find out that there are different customer groups in the market. You can just use gender, males and females. You can use age. You can use income. And you see different market segments within your class. You have to allocate the marketing budget. You are given a budget to spend as a marketer. Sorry. How do you allocate the budget? I'll be with you, please. Yes. That as a marketer, you have money to spend. But without segmenting the market to know the challenges in each market, how do you spend the money? So here, once you segment the market, you know the challenges in each market for the purpose of trying to spend the money accordingly and wisely. It ensures effective marketing. Yes, it ensures effective marketing because you can produce different products, target different market segments, charge different prices, and promote them differently. In the long run, you'll be more effective than if you don't segment the market. Then it helps to reveal hidden marketing opportunities. Yes, when you segment the market, you will be able to identify opportunities that will not have been visible without segmentation. Now, after segmentation, step 2 is to be able to evaluate the various markets that you have to find out which of them are attractive so you can put your last there. Now, so you divided the car market into, let's say, the luxury, the mini luxury, the economy, and then the buses and vans. What you do is that you're going to evaluate each of the market to see which of them are profitable for you to go after. That process is called targeting. And to be able to evaluate the market, one of the things you must do is to look at the segment size and growth. Yes, if you pick the economy class, what is the size? And what is the propensity to grow in the future? Then the segment structural attractiveness. Is the segment attractive in terms of competitive activity? If you are looking at segment structural attractiveness, we are looking at competitors' power. Some segments have been covered by competitors already. So when you go in, it's going to be a fight. Generally, segments that have been occupied by competitors are not attractive. So look at where competitor activities are not that strong, and that's where you must focus on. Sometimes you can focus on what competitors are if you think you have an innovation to make in that market. Then your objectives and resources. What do you want to achieve on the market and what resources do you have? For Unilever, they want to give every Ghanaian, rich or poor, some soap to wash down. And they have the money to back it. So their objective is to cover the market and they have the resources which they will allocate to achieve that. But some other companies who are in the same business may not have the same objective of covering everybody and may not have the same resources. So this should also consider market segments you go into. All this. Look for competitive advantage. What will be your competitive advantage in the market, in the segment? If you should take, you should select it. Sometimes people just through segmentation can find wonderful ideas. Take the issue of Richard Dell, the guy who manufactures the Dell computers. Dell was doing an MBA, he didn't have money, and he realized that he could arrange for laptops for his friends. So he agrees with you the price, and he goes to the laptop companies, manufacturers, to produce a laptop for you. The good thing about his offer was that it comes with specifications. So you can tell him, put my name on the computer, give me these special features, and he will do it to match your specifications. Later on, he set up a website where he asked his colleagues, those who want the laptop should place the order on my website. So you place the order, you pay him, then he goes, you place the order, he will tell you how much it costs, and then he goes to look for the computer for you. By the time he finished his MBA, one thing became clear to him, that you can actually sell a computer before you manufacture it. Before he started his ideas, the computer business was run on a certain model. First, manufacture the computer, warehouse it, sell it, and transfer it to people. Manufacture the computer, warehouse it, sell it and transfer it. They'll realize that you can really sell a computer before you manufacture it. So there's formula change. In fact, you sell the computer, you manufacture it, and you transfer it to the buyer. It means that there was not incurring any warehousing cost. So he doesn't manufacture computers for people.
Hello,
He
sir.
manufactures the computers based on orders. So he takes the order before he manufactures the computer. It means that you can sell the computer before you manufacture it. That is a lesson Dell learned. And Dell does not produce computers for warehousing and look for customers for it. No. That is the competitive advantage I was talking about. 5 patterns of market segmentation or target market selection. In fact, you can look at single segment concentration. Some people will have all the market segments, but they will pick only one. So here, they will go for market 1 with product 2. That is called single segment concentration. You've segmented the market. You are picking only one. So, for example, you are producing cars for only the luxury group. You sell the luxury group with luxury cars. That's what this means. Single segment concentration. Divide the market, but pick only one market with one product. Then selective specialization. Here, you are producing different products for the different customers in the market. So, product 1 is given to market 3. Product 2 is given to market 1, and product 3 is given to market 2. That is selective specialization. Then you have product specialization. Here you select only one market and produce the same product for the various customers. So for the luxury, for the economy, and the mini luxury, you are producing one product for them. You are specializing your product. Then you can also go to market specialization. Here you are producing 3 different products or one product for the 3 different markets. That is called market specialization. And the last one is called full market coverage. Here, all the segments that you identify, from the luxury, mini, luxury, economy, vans and buses, you are producing cars for everybody, different cars for everybody. So you have full market coverage strategy. Now, choosing the market coverage strategy, what factors will help you choose the market coverage strategy? So here, you are thinking about the company's resources, how much money you have coming. If you are rich, then you produce cars for almost every customer group. If you are not, then you have to concentrate on one segment or 2 segments. Product variability. Some products cannot be produced in different forms or formats. If your product cannot be produced in different formats, be careful. You don't have to worry yourself about different market segments. Just produce for one market segment and pray that majority will buy it. Then you have the product stage in the life cycle. Well, when you put a product on the market, it goes from stage. That is called the life cycle. But the next 2 lectures, then you have the market variability, the extent to which customers are calling for different products to satisfy their needs. If customers are doing that, then you can segment the market and cover many segments. But if customers are saying we have one taste, we have one need, produce the same product for us, why not? Then competitors' marketing strategies. Competitors' marketing strategies. What the competitors are doing should educate you in what you should do. If the competitors are going for high prices, they decide to go for low prices. And that may give you the market. These are the factors that you consider in selecting your company market coverage strategy. Now, there are 4 different strategies you can pursue in the target marketing. You have the undifferentiated marketing. Here, what the firm does is that it ignores the differences in the market and says that it's going to produce one product for everybody or for the majority. So yes, undifferentiated marketing simply means ignore the differences in the market, produce one product, and hope that it will appeal to the majority of the people. Read marketing and they will tell you that this is based on the majority fallacy. Sometimes the majority you are looking for, you may not even get the minority. The good thing to do is to do differentiated marketing. Differentiated marketing means that you are going to produce different products. You're going to differentiate your products to match the differences in the market. They have concentrated marketing. Concentrated marketing simply means that look for the attractive part of the market and focus your attention there. So attractive part of the market. And then concentrated marketing, that is look for the attractive part of the market and concentrate your activities there. So if you find out that the economy class cars are in the majority, focus the produce different economic class cars and you make the money market because that is the profitable one. Niche marketing, yes. Niche marketing. You see, when we're dealing with cars, we said the luxury group. One of the things we said that you must have good income, high income. Your age should be between 40 and let's say or 40 and upwards. So you have this in mind. You go and design a car for this group, knowing very well that they must have high income, they must be family people, they must be 40 and above. Then you produce the car for them, like a Land Cruiser, V8. And then you take the DIU. The DIU has that income, but he's not 40. So the car you are producing for the 40 plus will not match his needs. In marketing, what you do is to do niche marketing. Isolate the people whose needs cannot be met by, okay, participants, I'll come. Isolate the people whose needs cannot be met by this product you are producing for the group and design a unique product, very expensive one for them. That is what we call niche marketing. Yes, two people had their hands up. Let me listen to them. Madeline. Or Madeline.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Hi, good morning, Madeline.
Sir, please, sometimes your voice fades out. We hear
It's
you
your
clearly and then we can't hear some of your sentences.
Sorry, it's your market too, it's your network. But I hope now it's okay.
Yes, please.
Okay. Obafeng, is your hand, why is your hand gone up?
Doc, it's the same issue. I'm not about paying anyways.
What's the name?
Abenyim.
Abenyim, Pap. Oh, okay, sorry, Abenyim. All right, sorry, yes. My voice keeps dropping.
Yes, please.
Well, maybe when I position myself in my chair wrongly too. So once my chair is positioned, I sit in the chair wrongly, that's what I face. So sorry, I won't do that again.
Okay, grateful.
Yeah. I will be with you. So I'm saying that, yeah, there's niche marketing where you isolate a group of people whose needs cannot be met by the product you are producing for their age group. You isolate them and design a unique product for them. That is what we mean by niche marketing. So let's assume that basic, there's a vegetarian who goes to the restaurant. He wants vegetarian food. He doesn't get. The restaurant decides a special vegetarian food for him. but charge him high price. That is what niche marketing is all about. Isolate some people, some customers, produce specialized product for them, and charge them a high price. These are the 4 market coverage strategies. Rainy.
Yeah, Prof, please, can you see the concentrated marketing? I don't really get the understanding.
Mercedes is into concentrated marketing. They look for the attractive or profitable market segments and concentrate there. Mercedes is in the luxury market segment. So you see, when Mercedes makes a mistake and goes to produce A1, that's the A class, which looks like a Fiat Picanto, nobody will buy it. But it's the car that are loved in the Mercedes chain. No, there's nothing Mercedes about it. There's no luxury. It looks more like a Fiat Picanto. Look at the Mercedes A class. You can see clearly that there's nothing Mercedes about it. So it didn't work. Because Mercedes is concentrating its activities on the luxury segment. So concentrated marketing simply means look for the attractive part of the market and focus your attention there. That's what it means. Then Prisla.
Say, please, I'm not getting the difference between the concentrated marketing and the niche marketing.
Okay. The concentrated marketing is about looking for the most attractive segment and produce your goods for them. The niche marketing simply means that after you found out that this market exists and you produce goods for them, you later on realize that there are some people who fit some of the criteria in that market, but their needs cannot be met by the general product you produce for everybody in the market. So they are in the outliers. So you take those products, those customers, and design a unique product for them. That is what we mean by a niche market. So let's assume that you are producing V8 for the luxury segment. But then there are people like the day are you who have the income, but do not meet the age and then the family requirements. So you isolate the day are you, design a unique car that is not as big as a V8, but a sports car for him, more expensive than a V8. That's what we mean by niche marketing.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
So much. All right. So any question here? Any question? All right. Then we'll look at the other part, choosing a positioning strategy. Choosing a positioning strategy. I already told you that when Johnny Walker was being relaunched on the Ghanaian market, Amwabin was used to advertise it. It communicates something in the minds of the customers. And we agree that it communicates to the fact that the product is meant for the executives. What would have happened if they had used Shatawale to advertise Johnny Walker? In spite of his money, what would have happened? How would customers have seen the product? Our customers, how do you think they would have seen the product if they had used Shatawale to position the Johnny Walker? Yes. If they had used Shatawale, what communication would they have been giving to the market? Yes, I can see Gifty. Yes, Gifty.
Sir, I think it will mean the drink is for street boys.
It will mean the drinks is for the mass market, street boys. Because in the minds of people, Shatawale represents the streets.
The ghetto youth.
So if you use him to produce a product, the product will be for the streets. So it is better to use him to promote Guinness, which is for the streets. A Johnny Walker costing over 100 cedis cannot be advertised by Shatawale. Does not represent that group. So positioning is about what you put in the minds of the customers, so that when the product comes out, it will match their needs. So that it will match their needs. In marketing, positioning is the act of designing the company's offering and image to occupy a distinctive place in the target market's mind. So it's what you do to the minds of the customers. Those of you who were in my class in the undergrad level, one of the questions I used to give them, positioning in marketing means where the product is placed on the shelf. And majority of the students will take that answer. Positioning is not where the product is placed on the shelf. Even though literally that is what positioning means. But in marketing, positioning means what you do to the minds of the customers, so that when the product comes, you fit into that mind state. Okay. The place the product occupies in consumers' mind relative to competing brands. Yes. Plan your position to attain competitive advantage, but the position should be planned in such a way that it will help the firm to attain competitive advantage. Then make sure that you design marketing mixes to attain them. Position is important in marketing, and if you do it wrongly, the product will not occupy that image in the minds of people. Now, MTN, the positioning of MTN is MTN everywhere you go. They wanted to tell you that Theophilus, Theophilus, what do you want to say?
Please, is positioning a subset of social marketing?
No. Positioning is on its own. Every part of marketing, you need to position the product.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Every product you have, whether it's a social marketing thing, positioning is needed in it, because whatever you want to do, it must fit into the minds of the people. Now, I said that MTN used to have a positioning everywhere you go. Then the format, did I say the format? GTV used to have a positioning strategy. They said GTV, the station with the nationwide coverage, was a station with a nationwide coverage. That is how it has been positioned in the minds of people. But under the John Mahama administration, they were bringing a certain program, which they call it the digitalization of the airways. In other words, they were bringing a certain program that if the TV station just hooked to that platform, it will gain nationwide coverage. So GTV realized that their advantage was going to be whittled away. So GTV came out with a new positioning. GTV, still the station, still the pulse of the nation. GTV, still the pulse of the nation. I got confused when I heard it. How can GTV be the pulse of the nation? It means that without them, the nation cannot survive. I said, no, I don't understand it. So I spoke to some few friends and former students who work with GTV. What do you mean by the pulse? What do you mean? They couldn't tell me anything. So I drove to GBC, went to the marketing department, and wanted to find out what it meant by GTV, the pulse of the nation. Because to me, they are not the pulse of the nation. Then I went to the head of marketing, they ushered me to the office of the head of marketing. Greeted him, told him my mission. I've seen their new positioning strategy. GTV, still the pulse of the nation. I don't understand it. I'm coming there for an explanation. And the typical Ghanaian will go like, who are you, please? And I told them that I am a marketing professor from the University of Ghana.
Wow.
And then the man's face changed. He knows that I am here, I'm there because I knew what I was coming to do. Then the man said, oh, I just took the job 3 months ago. So I haven't looked at this position issue you are talking about, but I'll look at it again. Then I told him that you are not the pulse of the nation, Ghana. You are not. He said, please, sir, which company is the pulse of the nation? And I told him, the pulse of the nation is callable. The pulse of the nation, Ghana, is callable. When people in Kolebu go on strike, see the way the nation behaves. Not even UTAC is the pulse of the nation. We went on strike. Some people were going on their normal duties. It's only some who were worried. Then the man said, okay, Prof, I'm going to come out with a new positioning strategy. I give you 3 months. Please listen to the airwaves. When I finished and I was going, then the guy said, oh, Prof, you taught me marketing management at Methodist University. Oh, those days, Methodist University was at the back of my house. So before I go home to sleep, I pass there and I do marketing management for them. But I stopped going there like 6 years ago. So I said, okay, I'll be listening to the airwaves. One day, I listened to the airwaves and I saw that GTV has a new positioning strategy. What is it? Can somebody tell me the new positioning strategy of GTV? What do they say about themselves? In fact, what you say about yourself must be something that defines you. No university in Ghana can say they are the premier university. No way. The premier university applies to only one university. That is the University of Ghana. We're the first. We are still the first. Yes, GTV is positioning. I know most of you don't watch GTV. But what do they say about themselves? Yes, Priscilla.
Nation with a vision, with a difference now.
Nice. Oh, GTV says that GTV, the trusted and authentic voice of the nation. The trusted and the authentic voice of the nation. Does Ghana people, do they trust GTV? That whatever they say is the truth?
Yes, we do.
In fact, when people hear the news on GTV, immediately they conclude that it's the truth. They will tell you there's the truth. Even GTV has said it. It means that they are the trusted and authentic voice of the nation. That is how GTV has positioned itself. I called a young man, congratulated him, that is exactly what I taught you in marketing. Let's look at how to design and craft a positioning strategy for your company. There are 3 stages. 1, identify possible competitive advantages. Identify possible competitive advantage. 2, select the right competitive advantage. Then 3, communicate and deliver the chosen position. These are the 3 steps. Now, when we say identify possible competitive advantages, it means that identify the key things that people in your industry, when they have, it's an advantage for them. There are certain things that when you have. So let's look at the banking industry. There are certain things that when you have, it's an advantage for you. What are the things that when you have in the banking industry, it's an advantage? Service quality. Service quality is 1. Once your service is good, it's an advantage for you. 2, qualified personnel. Qualified personnel. Qualified personnel in the banks, if you have qualified personnel, it's a huge advantage for you. Then Technology. If you have the right technology, ATM, network, if you have the right technology, it's a huge advantage for you. Then the final one I'll mention is branches, number of branches, or number of network branches. That's a huge advantage for you too. So when we say identify possible competitive advantages, you have to list this thing for the industry where you belong to. Comb the industry where you belong to and find out which of these factors are advantageous to you. Now, the next step, that's the second step, is to select the right competitive advantages. Select the right competitive advantages. It means that find out, compare yourself and your close competitors on all those advantages and select the one that you have better than anybody. I repeat again, when they say select the right competitive advantage, it means compare yourself with your competitors and find out which advantage, which of these advantages that you have that they don't have. For example, in the banking industry, we're giving service quality, qualified personnel, technology, and number of branches. They assume that when you have any of them, it gives you an advantage. So if you are going to use that, then you pick the banks, those that are competing. There are certain banks that compete. You have GCB, EcoBank. Now, it used to be Barclays, but now you've changed their name from Barclays to what? ABSA. Then SCB, Standard. But the Bank of Ghana has grouped these banks as the quartile one banks. Then the first quarter of the bank. It means that they are top of the bank. So let's assume that these banks are competing. Now you are going to compare them on the 4 qualities that we gave. When you take service quality, let's assume that we are awarding a total mark of 10. What do we give to GCB on service quality? On GTV, out of 10. And remember that mark you give GCB should reflect on the mark performance on that. Out of 10, what will you give GCB on service quality?
6.
3.
Okay, so let's give them 6. What will you give EcoBank?
2.
EcoBank.
9.
9.
Okay, 9. What will you give ABSA?
9.9.
6.
9.9. What will you give SCB? Standard Chartered Bank. What will you give them?
10.
5.
Hey, why 5?
They perform at GCB.
Standard, yes.
Say 10.
Okay, so let's assume 10. These are hypothetical anyway, but the answers we are giving reflects the performance of the banks on those variables in our mind. Okay, now I'll do only 2 of them. Now let's take number of branches. What will you give GCB?
10.
10. What will you give EcoBank?
9.
Maybe 9. What will you give ABSA?
6.
Let's give them 7. And what will you give SCB?
6.
Let's say 6. So what it means is that each bank has what it has that nobody has. Now, if you take service quality, the bank that has won it is SCB with 10. So SCB can now use service quality to position themselves in the minds of the people. So they can communicate and deliver the chosen position. Put that in the minds of people. So SCB, we serve you better. The bank with the service quality. But when it comes to the issue of branches, good morning. Branches, the bank that tops the list is GCB with a mark of 10. So GCB can position itself on the branches, but only GCB can position itself with their branches. So you have communicate and deliver the chosen. GCB must put in the minds of Ghanaians about their branches. Some time ago, they came, GCB will serve you better. I said, why? We serve you better. Is it service quality? Is it qualified personnel? Or is it about branches? Why can't you put something simple about your branches in the minds of the customers? So I started criticizing them. Some of the branches of GCB, when I go, you have some of the staff there who happens to be my either MBA, EMBA, or special programs, where I teach positioning. They will report me to their bosses. This is a lecturer who says that we are not doing anything here. I say, yes, in terms of positioning, you are not doing anything. Your positioning is wrong. You can't tell me that you serve us better when there's Stanchart, when there's AFSA, and the rest. You can't tell me. But when I come to your bank, I queue. Or sometimes 1 hour before I get my service. What GCB should do is to tell us that GCB, the bank that is everywhere near you, what they should position themselves on is their number of branches, which no bank gets to. After criticizing them for many years, they came, recently they changed. They said, GCB, here to stay. Wow. What does that mean? When Stanchart was there before them, when AFSA was there before them, they can't tell us that you're bank for life, here to stay. No. There are others who were there before them. They are still there, strong. What they can use to position themselves is GCB, the bank that is everywhere near you. And once you do this, you're going to put it in the minds of people that, look, as for GCB is everywhere. So when you travel to a flower, you ask them, do you have a GCB branch here? They say, yes. I say, I know my bank here. When you go to Asankragwa, ask, do you have GCB here? I say, yes, we have GCB. They say, you're happy. What you put in the minds of people is what they turn up to expect from you. If you tell us that you are here to stay, is that important for customers? If I open a bank, an account with the bank, do I want a bank that is here to stay, or the one that will give me service quality, or the one that will give me branches all over? Clearly, GCB must learn its work and tell us what is good about them, not what they think will be good about them. And whatever they are saying, they should compare themselves with their competitors and find out whether their competitors do not have better results than them on that variable. Okay. So that is selecting the right advantage and communicating and deliver the chosen advantage. First, look at the variables which are important to the competitors in the industry. Select the right by comparing the competitors on each of the variables and award them marks. And select the one who has the highest mark on each variable. Now, use that variable as a standard and find some written way or find some oral ways of presenting that in the minds of the companies. Remember, whatever you are using to position yourself, there must be believability. The people in the market must believe it. Okay? The people in the market must believe it. All right, so that is briefly about This will finish the theoretical part of marketing. Thank God today the provost of College Humanities is meeting all the newly acquired HODs, newly installed HODs in the faculty, in the meeting starts at 9:30. So I'll ask permission and join the meeting. That's why I started the class. It's still some few minutes to 5 minutes to 9:30. So I'll leave you here. Next week, let's find the possibility of doing 2 classes.
Sir, please, we didn't get the last bit.
I'm saying that next week, let me look at your free periods and see whether we can do 2 classes next week.
Sir, please, it's still not clear.
I'm saying that next week, when I teach you on Tuesday, we are going to start with product, the 4 Ps. But
Okay,
find
sir.
out whether there's a possibility for us to do 2 classes. Let me see your free periods next week, especially on Thursday.
On Thursday, okay, sir.
On Thursday, let's see whether you have a free period. So I'll teach you Tuesday, I'll teach you Thursday again. I want us to run over this course quickly.
Okay, sir.
All right. So see you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Thank you, Prof.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you, Prof.
Congratulations.
We will not congratulate Prof.
Please, who's recording? Hello?
Prof did himself.
I think he's the one recording, Prof.
Prof did himself.
Frank.
Hello, Prince.
Good morning.
Good morning, boss. Please.
He said the morning is good.
We are done by Prof's.
Okay.
If you can
Yes.
help assist him log off.